The Airbnb Dallas+1 STR game is changing fast, and in markets like Newark, Elizabeth, and the New Jersey beach communities, holding short-term rental properties through a correction or recession can actually work against property owners and investors. Why the Airbnb STR market is collapsing. Oversupply plus normalized demand. From 2022 onward, the number of STR listings exploded while demand flattened. Many cities now have far more listings than guests, which has pushed occupancy rates and nightly prices down. For owners, this means more vacancies, more price cuts to chase bookings, lower net operating income, even when the calendar looks busy, rising costs in a high-rate environment. At the same time, mortgage rates have jumped, insurance and utilities are more expensive, cleaning and labor costs are higher. When revenue is dropping but costs are rising, cash flow disappears and debt becomes harder to service during a correction or recession. New Jersey. Tougher rules. Thinner margins. New Jersey has no single statewide STR law, but it has a patchwork of strict local rules that are getting tighter over time. Newark STR owners must obtain and renew an annual short-term rental permit, provide proof of ownership and primary residence, and comply with safety and zoning rules. The city has announced that it intends to enforce these rules aggressively, adding fines and potential shutdown for non-compliant hosts. Result: higher compliance costs, more regulatory risk, and more ways for an STR to become legally or financially non-viable. Elizabeth hosts must obtain a short-term rental license from the Bureau of Central Licensing before renting or even advertising. Newer rules include a local occupancy tax on STR bookings, similar to hotel taxes, which cuts directly into net income. Result: even if gross income looks good in summer, taxes plus permits plus utilities can wipe out profit, especially in a downturn. Beach communities. Jersey Shore, e.g., Ocean City. Many shore towns are either capping, restricting, or heavily taxing STRs to control tourism and neighborhood impact. Ocean City, for example, recently added a 3% local tax on STR bookings through platforms like Airbnb and VRBO, further squeezing margins. Result: owners are facing short, highly seasonal revenue, a few good summer months, versus year-round expenses and regulation, which becomes dangerous when the economy softens. Why holding STRs in a correction, recession, hurts owners and investors' income volatility when you need stability? Most. During a recession, travel is one of the first things households cut. STRs are luxury spending for guests, so bookings drop faster than long-term rents. In Newark and Elizabeth, this can mean months of partial vacancy while the mortgage and taxes are still due, negative or weak cash flow, distress risk. Many STRs penciled out only at peak nightly rates and high occupancy. Once rates and occupancy fall, DSCR and cash flow collapse, pushing hosts toward missed payments, fire sale listings, foreclosure, or short sale. Regulatory and political risk keeps rising. City councils are under pressure to protect housing and control party houses, so STR rules usually move in one direction: more restrictive and more expensive, not less. An investor can wake up one day to a ban on non-owner occupied STRs, caps on nights per year, new fees, permits, or taxes, illiquidity at the worst time. When many hosts in a market like Newark, Elizabeth, or shore towns try to sell at the same time, values soften, and the last ones out may take the biggest hit. Converting to long-term rentals is not always a fix if the property was bought at STR pricing and numbers don't work at local long-term rents. Opportunity cost equity locked in a struggling STR could be redeployed into cash-flowing long-term rentals, better located multifamily distressed opportunities created by the same correction. Holding a non-performing or high-risk STR can mean missing the best buying opportunities of the downturn. Strategic message for owners in Newark, Elizabeth, and NJ beach communities. If your Airbnb STR in Newark, Elizabeth, Atlantic City area, or the Jersey Shore is struggling to stay consistently booked, barely breaking even after mortgage, utilities, cleaning, permits, and taxes, at risk of getting hit by new ordinances or higher local taxes, then continuing to ride it out through a correction or recession may simply magnify your losses and delay the moment you can reposition, deleverage, or move into stronger investments. This is exactly the kind of moment when a strategic sale or exit can protect your capital and set you up for the next cycle. If you would like to explore the possible sale of your property, please reach out to me at 862-371-6037 or email jestramera.realtor.gmail.com.